my ex-husband sex trafficked me.
This week's episode is explicit. We do get into some pretty heavy topics such as sex trafficking, of course, addiction.
There's several times where I remember he put a like chain in the basement and would like handcuff me there, sexually assault me. His brothers would come over and do it too. And then there would be a few times that I would wake up from being like just completely beaten, dehydrated, haven't eaten in 2 days, and I'm shoved in a trunk of a car, and then I end up in a different state, and I have other men like raping me. And not only that, he films it all and puts it on the internet. Have been one of those missing people that you hear about now. And so I like to try to get the word about, especially those small cases that you don't really hear about. And I want to get the word out about them. And, hopefully we can help and bring them home.
These are true stories with true people. So I just commend you for sharing your story and using your voice and your platform to elevate the voices of those who are often either silenced or forgotten. And I just commend your bravery. And I would love to hear a little bit more about your story.
I was married at 16. My mother kind of played a big part in that and deciding that I was going to get married at 16. So that's a whole another story that we could get into, but that's just why I do what I do. I mean, I feel like everyone's got to have their why, and especially too when you're connecting with sobriety, you got to have your why as to why you want to stay clean every single day.
Every day is not a guarantee, but it's a commitment for me. And every day I start by thanking God and thanking myself for my sobriety. Because it's work and it's continual work. And so I like that you mentioned this idea of why, because I think that's a great place to start. So you obviously have your show and you have your reason for talking about these topics and these stories and bringing those to light. I like to kind of backtrack and start from the beginning, if that's okay, just in terms of what was your relationship like with alcohol or substances growing up?
Yeah, so alcohol was non-existent. I live in Utah, and my mom is LDS, so that wasn't really, we didn't really see that a lot. Although my dad passed away when I was 9, and my mom has remarried, so she's on her 6th marriage.
Sorry, Adriann, what's LDS for people like me who may not know what LDS is?
LDS is Mormons. Have you heard of that term before?
Yes. Is that the Lutheran Day Saints? Okay. Oh, that's what I thought, but I didn't.
Latter-day Saints.
Yeah. Latter-day Lutheran. Wow. Latter-day Saints. Sorry. So, okay, so you grew up in a very traditional Mormon sort of community where alcohol wasn't present. Okay.
Right. So alcohol wasn't really present, but I still had issues with my one of my stepdads, and as 11, 12, still sexually assaulted me. And I could have easily gone down a spiral of addiction. I didn't, but which is kind of weird because actually my mom thought that I was doing drugs and I was acting out. Nope, I was just being molested by my stepdad. But she thought that I was, and I was like, nope, actually never. I didn't even try. Honestly, I never tried weed until I was in California when it was legal. So because I did, however, because my, stepdad was doing that, end up going with the wrong crowd. And I was drinking at the age of 12, but I hated it. I hated beer. I thought it was disgusting.
The unimaginable happens when you are a young child and somebody like a trusted adult like your stepfather is supposed to be a protector, a provider, and they are abusing the situation in the worst way. And so I'm really sorry that happened to you. In what way did that affect your relationship with your mother?
What happened is I went to the church, and I went to the bishop, which is kind of like the leader of that ward or whatever, that section of the church. And I told them what happened. And he went off and told my stepdad what I was telling him. And
Wow.
then I went home and got called a liar. Um, and then my mom did get divorced from him after that. And she says it was in part to like protect me from him. But I'm like, Mom, you never brought this up. We never took him to trial. We never um did a rape kit test. We never did any of those things. But she's like, I don't know why I didn't do it. I just didn't. Like, it's so weird though. A lot of my childhood, I only have the terrible bad things to remember. And my mom, however, has remembered all these good things at the same time.
Because it's your lived experience, and I'm imagining you're living in hell because you're being abused, and your mom is choosing to believe that as your mother, she did the best she could to protect you, to make
Yep.
you happy, to right.
Yeah, I've had to go through a lot of I've gone through a lot of therapy and a lot with her because I told her I'm like I want a better relationship with her, but I had so much resentment and so much hate towards her for a long time. It was really hard, but you know what? Now that I've kind of let go, it's like it's a relief off of me though, too. Like not to have this hate just like build up. Like she's better about listening to me now, but she plays the well, I don't want to say it's the victim game because I really think that she believes that, but it makes me feel like that she's trying to be the victim in this when I'm like, Mom, I'm just trying to tell you how I feel and what I went through. And you're sitting here telling me how terrible of a mother you are. And I'm not telling you that you are. I'm just saying, Mom, like, this is how it affected me in this way. So, but yes, I believe that both of those, I think that she literally thought at that time that she was doing the best that she could, even though that was not my reality.
This is around the age of 12, 13. So at
Mm-hmm.
16, so 3 years later, I'm assuming then you were not in therapy. You weren't getting the attention that you needed to this trauma.
No,
So then how did the marriage happen with your ex-husband at 16?
we live in Utah and it's very, you don't have a baby without marriage. You don't do stuff like that. Well, I met this guy and he was older than me. He was 22. I was 16, actually 15 at the time. And we get together. He's, paying attention to me. I just moved there from my mom got remarried again. She actually didn't even tell us that she got married to this one. She went off for like a whole week and just went and got married to him. I'd never even met him before until
Wow.
I moved in. Yeah.
I mean,
So
I'm still looking for a boyfriend, and mom's just racking up husbands. Interesting. Okay. So you
she
had to
is like she just
uproot
had
your
one like
life and move because your mom remarried
again.
again.
Again. I've lived in 23 different states.
No, really? 23.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's impressive. That's
Yeah.
impressive.
You get married if you're having a baby. So I get pregnant and she's like, well, you have two choices here. You're going to get married or I'm going to call the cops on him and then your baby's dad is going to be in jail for the rest of his life. So that's what I choose. I chose marriage over that because then I was like, I love him and I'm naive and also pregnant.
What was his perspective at this time? Was he like, I don't want to go to jail? So, or was he like, I actually really want to marry you, be a good father, a husband, all of the things?
No, no, no. He just didn't want to go to jail.
Okay.
It was, you sure you're not getting an abortion? All right, well then, I guess this is how it has to be. And I was 6 months along, and we were in my mom's house up at the top of the stairs, and me and him are fighting over, I don't even remember what, but he literally pushed me down the stairs, where I had a huge gash in the back of my head here, and the ambulance was called, and once I went to the hospital, the baby was gone. So
No, I'm so sorry. Oh my
yeah.
gosh.
But I asked my mom at that time, all right, Kay, like, can I move back in then? And she said, no, you're married. You put yourself in this. You need to stick it out.
Did she know
Um,
that he pushed you down the stairs?
mm-hmm. Yeah, she was there.
She was physically there when that happened?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh wow.
She was there. She
Okay.
didn't see it. She heard something happen. So,
Okay. And so is the mentality just like you're a big girl now, like you made this decision, you have to see it through. Even though she's
yep.
had several marriages, it wasn't this idea that like you could just restart and be like, okay, he's abusive, I don't want to be with someone like this.
Nope.
Okay.
I put myself in that position. And a part of me too, I mean, I asked to go home, but then I was also like, I kind of don't want to go there, because what if this new guy abuses me like the other one does? So I was kind of stuck in between there. And this man, there's several times where I remember he put a like chain in the basement and would like handcuff me there, um sexually assault me. His brothers would come over and do it too. And then there would be a few times that I would wake up from being like just completely beaten, dehydrated, haven't eaten in 2 days, and I'm shoved in a trunk of a car, and then I end up in a different state, and I have other men like raping me. And not only that, he films it all and puts it on the internet.
Adrian, I'm
And
so sorry. I hope this man is behind bars, or am I allowed to say
nope.
dead? Like I cannot
Nope.
believe the evil
He
that
got out.
exists out here. So how long did this go on? And how are you
For
surviving this?
tried to get my own car, get my own place, whatever. I can't, because I'm legally underage. Legally, he's my guardian.
Like your husband is your guardian. That's wow. Okay. I'm sorry.
Because
I'm
I'm
just
not
like
legally an
processing.
adult.
I understand now, but like
Yeah.
that's a mouthful. That's hard to process. I can't imagine how stuck you felt.
And I found out later too that he took out like credit cards in my name. He put like a bunch of utilities in my name, all this stuff. But my birthday's in June, and I was trying to, find a way out around then. And it was the beginning of July, and the FBI comes and raids our home. I think it is someone that is trying to attack me again. So I run into the bathroom, lock myself in there. I'm like, you guys aren't coming in here. I'm like, nope, nope, I'm not doing that. Not today. Um, and they take me away in handcuffs and treat me like a total criminal.